Hi everyone, I hope you are doing well. As we mentioned in previous lecture, the preliminary work, today we are going to discuss the main body of the paper. So let us have a start. Here is a revision for the parts of main body of the report. We have said we have introduction, review of related literature or previous works. Also, we have design of the study and analysis of the data, and finally we have summary and conclusions. In writing an introduction, we have to take these considerations in our mind. First of all, gaining the reader's interest. Then we have to presenting the thesis. What is introduction includes? It includes a clear statement of the problem with a specific question to be answered or hypothesis to be tested is presented first. A consideration of the significance of the problem and its historical background is also appropriate. Specific purpose of this study are described and all assumptions, limitations, and delimitations are recognized. All important terms are carefully defined so that the reader may understand underlying the development of the investigation. Okay? Sometimes you may ask that the introduction is the same as the abstract, but they are not. Here is the differences between them. Reviewing of literature. The second section reviews the important literature related to the study. Previous search studies are abstracted and significant writing of authorities and the area under study are viewed. The purpose of reviewing previous literature or the literature itself because it provides a background for the development of the present study. It put the hypothesis to be examined made in the research and to its proper context. It also brings the reader up to date and provide him with guidelines regarding where he can look to find more information. Designing of the study. In this part, which it is the third section, the researcher explains the design of the study in detail, the size of the samples and how they are selected, the variables and the controls employed, the sources and methods of gathering data, the reliability of the instrument selected or constructed, and the statistical procedures used in the analysis are carefully described. Here it is the elements of the design part. And finally we have the results. This is the fourth section, which it includes the presentation and analysis of the data. This is the heart of the research report and it makes the results of the study available to reader to examine. Okay? Through textual discussion and tabular and graphic, the data are critically analyzed and reported. Tables and figures are used to clarify significant relationships. Good tables and figures are constructed and titled so they are self-explanatory. So they should be relatively simple, pointing up one or two significant relationships. Textual discussion may be used to point out generalization and significant interpretation, but not to restate the information that they have presented. And finally, we have summary and conclusions. This part includes the summary of the whole research we write, and the findings, and also the conclusion. So after a brief statement of the problem and description of the procedures used in the investigation, and conclusions are presented. Findings are statement of factual information based on the data analysis. Conclusions are answers to the questions raised, or the statement of acceptance or rejection of the hypothesis proposed. The proposers of conclusions remain the readers of the thesis and provide a sense of finality. The summary part is probably the most difficult section of the report to write. In many respects, it looks a lot like the abstract. The major difference here you are also a differences between discussion and conclusion. For more information and details, please visit the link in the description box. Thank you and have a good day.